Evett says she suffered every mother's worst nightmare. You see, her infant son died at just 3 months old. Evett says she received a call from her son's babysitter claiming the boy wasn't breathing or moving and that he was pronounced dead on the scene. But an autopsy later revealed that the infant died from an overdose of multiple narcotics found in his system. The babysitter was arrested for murder and years later pleaded no contest to manslaughter for the death of Evett's son. But now Evett says people around town and even her own family accused her of killing her own baby boy. Evett, did you kill your son?
No, Steve. Yeah. I carried him for like 9 months. I didn't do it. And I'm just tired of suffering. I gotta walk around with this on my head every day. People thinking I done it, and I didn't. You get talked about. When I get into it with people, that's the first thing they say. Oh, you killed your baby. You know, that bothers me.
What happened with your son?
One particular day, I get a call from the babysitter, and she wanted the baby. Fine, which that was cool to me, because she always watched him, you know? So this particular night, I ain't have no ride, and I finally got a ride. It was late that Thursday. It was real late. So I took the first ride I could take. We pull up to the gas station. I goes inside to give me a pack of cigarettes and some snacks. My relative run in, and he was like, a lady just got your baby out the back seat. What? The phone ring. It's the babysitter. She said, she was giggling, I got him, whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, come on, you could at least called me, you know, called or told me,
yeah,
you're gonna get my babe, you know? So we brushed it off, and I was like, wait a minute. It's 2 bags, two diaper bags. One had a breathing machine in it, and the other had his milk, Pampers, and medicine. All right, she grabbed the wrong bag. So I'm like, you need this. She was like, no, I got a few Pampers that you left, and I got some milk. But remind you, he do self-feeding bottles, because he was born early.
Yeah.
That whole Saturday, I didn't hear anything, because I already had seen him. So Sunday morning, me and my relative and my other relative, we was heading to another town to take her baby to the doctor. Okay, I get the phone call, and it was like, your baby ain't breathing. I'm like, what you mean my baby ain't breathing? So she was like, he's not breathing. I said, did you call 911?
What did she say?
No.
She's not calling 911?
Why would you call me first?
Is this somebody you knew really well?
Yes, I knew her real well.
Okay.
And instead of her calling 911 right then, I had to tell her to call. She called. All right, so me and my relative, we turn around to go back to where she lives. Okay, and I get another phone call. It's one of my other relatives, and she was preparing me for the worst. She was letting me know that he's deceased. As I get there, there wasn't no police there, wasn't no ambulance there, wasn't no coroner there. Just her family, well, the babysitter, her family, and some more people. The door opened.
And the baby's there?
Passed around like it was an item, you know? Everybody just in the house. So
what did you do?
I snatched my baby. I leave out, because they was all in the bedroom. And I noticed he had on a new outfit and a brand new pamper. Brand new pamper. But he's still, Steve, his hand's still in the air. Rigor mortis had kicked in. So they tell you he had been dead a minute, you know?
Yeah. So
when the coroner get there, it's kind of obvious. He's telling me like the baby been dead for like a day and a half. You know? After the funeral and all that, I get a phone call. It's another relative. She was like, I'm sorry that your baby was murdered. I stood up in the chair. I said, murdered? I thought he died from, you know, ordinary baby death or acid reflux.
Right.
No, my baby was murdered. So I'm asking her, like, how do you know these things? The police department, the young lady or whoever was in the back, they leaked it out that he had been murdered with 8 different pills and he had pneumonia. Okay, so...
He had a bunch of narcotics in his system.
Yes.
Ambien?
Flexeril,
Who the hell's giving a baby Ambien?
and some kind of medicine that she take for bipolar.
She was in, the custodial care. Your son was in the custodial care.
Yes.
So the police locked her up.
No. Still not in jail.
But she was arrested.
But like a couple hours. She still was at home. She didn't spend no time in jail, really, still.
But she's on probation.
Yes.
For manslaughter. She
Yes.
cut a deal.
Yeah.
So the babysitter went to trial and took 7 years of back and forth. So in 2022, she pled down to manslaughter and is only serving probation. Now, and you came here today because you took a lie detector test because people believe that somehow you were involved.
Yeah.
What happened after the death of your son? You had other children and they were taken away, right?
Well, I went a little, I didn't go that far, but people was kind of thinking like, oh, she messed up in the head.
You were drinking heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want your family to know before I bring out Candace?
I want them to know that, like, they've been knowing me all their life. Like, look at me. Don't look at what they saying I'm doing. Just look at me. Look at how I used to be. And I'm not that type of person, Just be with me sometime. Like, understand me sometime. Everything I say is not based on a lie,
How are you doing now?
Oh, God.
I mean, are you still drinking heavily?
Yeah.
You are.
I go out.
You got to get out of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went down my own thing with drinking and going down a rabbit hole with it, and you have to realize you have other kids to
Yeah.
live for, and you got to pull yourself out of that. Okay. So let's meet Candace.
Vic, tell me one thing.
Yes.
Why did you leave your baby, a 3-month-old baby,
Yes.
with somebody that you know? Why not family? Why somebody else? Seriously.
Tell you the truth, family really didn't have my back like that. She done helped me with all of my kids, my everything.
She helped you with-
Ain't nothing
Vic,
happening.
Vic,
It's not my fault, Candy.
I want to know something.
Okay, I made a mistake.
Did you do
That's what
something to
you
that
wanna hear?
baby before you took that baby over there?
No.
Did you?
No.
You
She
still
took the
coulda-
baby out the
That's
car.
your child. You still could have went and
I
got
coulda.
him.
You right, I
still coulda went and got
coulda.
him.
You right, I coulda,
You still
Candy.
coulda went and got him.
You right, I coulda. You right, but when you walk in my shoes and understand me for a change, you will know why. You will know why. You think I wanted this to happen?
Yeah.
If I knew that was gonna happen, you think I'd have gave her my
He
child?
is gone. He is
Dog,
gone.
It ain't
and don't
coming back.
nobody know nothing.
Ain't coming
but
back.
you just took him over there.
Ain't coming
and we
back.
wouldn't be blaming you or
Ain't
saying
coming
you
back.
did it. If it's 3 months, you just drop off a 3-month-old baby.
I didn't drop
He's
him
sick.
off.
He got
Get
breathing
it through
problems.
your head.
Then she left his
I didn't
medicine.
drop him out. Didn't I just
You
say I didn't drop
allowed
him
her-
out?
You allowed
I didn't
her
allow
to come
to
get him.
Do you think she had something to do with her son's death?
To be honest, the way it looked to us as a family, the situation she's in, a 3-month-old baby, you was aware that he was sick. You knew he had breathing problems.
He didn't have no breathing problem.
Okay.
He had
So my question is,
acid reflux.
this woman
Either way it go.
was arrested.
Acid reflux. Get it
they
together.
Found hydrocodone,
That's why I don't mess with my family
Ambien.
now.
Yeah.
The baby had medication in his system. I want to know, I'm just asking
If she
if she gave
contributed,
the baby
yeah.
something before she took that baby
So
over there.
you're cousins, right?
Yes.
And you've known each other your whole lives?
Yes.
Okay. You ever see her mistreat any of her other kids?
No.
Yeah. And I want to ask.
People go through things
I want
and
to be very
change.
careful with this
Actually,
question.
it is. I helped care for
Have you
hers
ever
too.
have you ever lost a child? Maybe I shouldn't even ask that question. I'm sorry. So you know the pain, right? Okay.
That's why, and she knows that too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
And I can't imagine. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't imagine.
What I went through should have been a perfect example of her not, and hold on to hers while she got that opportunity.
Yeah.
Never take your kids for granted. You never know
did.
when they're gonna be taken from you. So
Exactly.
I choose to protect and watch mine every time
Exactly.
I get a chance. I would not let my kids out of my sight. They say, Mama, can we go play? I'm sitting my butt on that porch watching them play.
Can I ask you a question? So could some of this anger that you're feeling that's coming out of you is because of what you experienced?
Yes and no, because I hear mostly of what the family and how they're badging her, and we just want to know the truth, if she had anything to do with this.
So my question to you is, you lost a child. Can you imagine if, and again, did she make mistakes? Do I believe she wanted her son dead? No. But can you imagine when you lost your child that people pointed the finger at you and said, hey, you had something to
I
do
was the
with
reason.
the child?
Yeah, they said that,
And you didn't.
and I didn't.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, today,
Woo.
if it come back that you ain't lying, bitch,
Woo.
I promise you, I will be there for you.
Well, I hate to say
But
this.
other than that,
I hate to say that, and I appreciate it. I swear to God, I appreciate it. But when them texts come in, guess what I'm gonna do to mine? They can kiss this. Because when I needed y'all the most, when none of them was there.
Evett came here and took a lie detector test,
oh, let me sit down for this.
I'm gonna stand up.
and we asked her, did you give your then 3-month-old son any of the medications found in his system after he died? She answered no. Did you witness anyone give your then 3-month-old son any of the medications found in his system after he died? She answered no. Did you physically abuse your son, causing marks or bruises? She answered no. Did you cause those marks and bruises found on your son after his death? She answered no. Did you have any involvement in the death of your 3-month-old son? She answered no. Did you kill your 3-month-old son? She answered no. The results came back the same to each one of those 6 questions, and it came back that Evett told the truth.
No! 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 I told y'all! I told y'all! No, everybody wanna be mad at me! Oh, y'all put me through a lot, man. Y'all want to do me like that. I told you. Y'all gonna learn to listen to me. When he thumped me here, I knew today was gonna be my day to prove to the world. You hear me? I told y'all. Yeah, I told y'all. And when I get home, it's everybody's face, and I'm gonna keep walking. You hear me? I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need nobody to say, Bet, I'm sorry.
guess you will
I don't
lie.
need nobody to say, Bet,
You know that
nothing.
test right.
You hear me?
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're telling the truth, Vic, because I'm telling you, that's going to really seal a lot of family problems at home. It really is.
I'm really happy for you.
Thank
and
you.
I hope this takes the pressure off you.
Oh, yeah, and I'm
with the rest of the
reopening up
family.
that case.
But I do think that justice was not served in
It
this
wasn't.
case. But look at me when I say this. You have to honor your son's life in a way that you're there for the rest of your kids,
Yeah.
that you don't waste your life with alcohol and doing things because he died. He
Yeah.
wouldn't want that for you. You got to go on. You got to be productive. You got to be caring for your other kids, okay?
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, that's